AITA for changing the locks and freezing accounts after my wife packed her bags and said she was leaving. My wife zipped up her last suitcase and announced, "I'm leaving tonight and don't even think about stopping me." I didn't say a word to stop her. Instead, I called my attorney, froze all her cards, and had every lock on the house replaced. 3 days later, she was crashing on her friend's couch, blowing up my phone, begging to come home. I just smiled and said, "Hey everyone, quick thank you. Over 14% of you are already subscribed and that support means everything. If you're new and liking these stories, smash that subscribe button. We're pushing for 10K. Look, I'll keep it real with you guys. This whole disaster started because my wife, Linda, convinced herself she was way too good for the life we had. We'd been married 3 years. I'm 34. She's 31. That I run my own construction crew and pull in solid money. Linda works a few shifts a week at a little clothing store and spends the rest of her time scrolling, whining about anything and everything online. The crack started showing about 6 months ago when she decided she deserved luxury. Bigger house, flashier car, probably a better husband, too. She began nitpicking every little thing and dropping comments about how her single friends were living their best lives. Last month, she started disappearing for girls' nights that ended with her stumbling in at 2 or 3 a.m. Yeah, sure, Linda. 2 weeks ago, I discovered she'd been sliding into DMs with her ex, Derek, making actual plans to link up. When I called her out, she flipped it on me. Said I was paranoid and possessive. That should have been my red flag. Friday, I got home around 6 o'clock, tired and dirty from the site, and found her in the bedroom hurling clothes into suitcases like she was catching a flight out of the country. "What's all this?" I asked. She didn't even glance up. "I'm done, Jake. This marriage is over. I'm leaving tonight." Leaving. We haven't even talked about anything. What's going on? There's nothing to talk about. My mind's made up. Linda, where are you planning to go? Can we at least try to fix whatever's broken? She finally looked at me ice cold like I was already a stranger. I'm crashing with Melissa until I sort myself out. Don't try to stop me, Jake. I'm serious. I stood there watching her stuff 3 years of marriage into 2 suitcases like it was nothing. So that's it. 3 years and you're just walking away. I feel suffocated here. She said, trapped in the suburban cage while my life slips away. She's 31 by the way. If you're unhappy we can go to counseling. We can. I don't want counseling. I want freedom. She dragged the bags to the door. I'm leaving tonight. Don't try to stop me. Here's where Linda completely miscalculated. She expected me to drop to my knees, beg, promise the moon, basically hand her all the power. Instead, I just shrugged and said, "Okay, go." She froze in the doorway, confused. "Okay, that's it. You said you're done. You don't want to fix anything. What am I supposed to do? Force you to stay?" She waited like any second I'd crack and plead. When I didn't, she snapped. "Fine. Don't say I didn't give you a chance." And she stormed out. The second her car peeled out, I called my lawyer, Steve. "Buddy, since high school handles all my contracts." "Steve, it's Jake." Linda just walked out, said the marriage is over. She left tonight 20 minutes ago. Bags packed, gone. Okay, first credit cards. Is she joint or just authorized user? Authorized user only. Everything's in my name. Perfect. You can kill those cards tonight. House in your name. Bought it 2 years before we ever met. Change the locks tomorrow. Photograph everything she left behind in case she claims you withheld property later. That night, I kennelled every card she had access to, removed her from every account that wasn't joint, and left the tiny household checking account untouched. Steve's orders. Saturday morning, a locksmith swapped every cylinder. $400 well spent. Saturday afternoon, I walked the house with my phone, snapping pictures of every piece of furniture, every decoration, every pot and pan she abandoned. Turns out when you're rage packing, you realize 90% of your stuff is actually too bulky for a suitcase. Here's the kicker. Linda had been blowing money like water for months. Designer bags, spa days, $200 hair appointments, but never saved a cent. She had zero safety net. Sunday morning, the call started. Jake, what did you do to my cards? Hey, Linda, you moved out. Remember? I removed you from my accounts. You can't just leave me with nothing. Actually, I can. They're my accounts. You're welcome to use whatever you took from the joint checking. She drained $800 the day she left. I'd already seen the withdrawal. That's not enough to live on. Then maybe plan better next time. She hung up, furious. Monday, her friend Melissa rang me. Same Melissa who'd been whispering poison in her ear for months. Jake. Linda's staying with me and she's really struggling. That's rough. She made a mistake. Jake, she was upset. Melissa. She packed 2 suitcases and left. That's not a heat of the moment thing. She just needed space. Space is what people ask for when they still want the marriage. She said she was done. Dead silence. Then can't you just talk to her? You told her she was too young to be tied down. Remember? Congratulations. She's untied. Leave me out of it. Tuesday, Linda herself. Jake, Melissa's couch is killing my back. I need to come home. That's no longer your home, Linda. You made that clear Friday night. I was stupid. Melissa filled my head with garbage. So, it was all Melissa's idea. She kept saying I should see what else is out there while I'm still pretty. And you thought that was smart advice until the money ran out. Long pause. Jake, what do I have to do to fix us? Nothing. You want it out. You're out. Wednesday, she showed up banging on the door for 10 straight minutes. I watched on the ring cam as she tried her old key, then lost it when it didn't work. Neighbor Bob wandered over. Everything all right, Jake? Linda moved out Friday. Doesn't like the new locks. Linda immediately tried to recruit Bob. He locked me out of my own house. Bob raised an eyebrow. Didn't you tell me Sunday you were finally free and ready to live your best life? Her face went scarlet. She'd apparently bragged to half the street. Bob wasn't done. You asked if I knew any single guys. Linda started crying real tears this time. Jake, please. I love you. I don't want a divorce. Funny. You didn't love me enough to talk before you bailed. I was scared. You were excited. Bob just confirmed it. Thursday, she tried my job site. My foreman Tony shut her down. Then she called my mom. Huge mistake. Mom never liked her. Linda, you told Jake the marriage was over and packed your bags. Sounds like you got exactly what you asked for. I didn't mean it like that. You're 31. Figure it out. Friday, Steve called laughing. Most people who leave don't boomerang this fast unless they realize the ATM is gone. Classic. Saturday, she brought her sister Amy as backup. Amy looked mortified. Jake, everyone deserves a second chance. I gave her 3 years of chances. She quit in one night. I'll go to counseling. I'll do anything. Linda wailed. I wanted a wife who fights for us, not one who runs the second a divorced friend says the grass is greener. Melissa kicked me out because I can't pay rent. Get a full-time job. Adults do it every day. The following week, she got my sister Karen involved. Same sob story. I shut it down 2 months later. Her new lawyer, some discount guy, contacted Steve asking if I'd consider counseling instead of divorce. Steve nearly choked laughing. Turns out her parents were done bankrolling her and told her either fix it with me or stand on her own 2 feet. Divorce was final last month. She moved 3 hours away to her parents' basement, works a 9 to 5 at an insurance agency, and is learning the hard way what independence actually costs. She sent one last text after the judge signed. Can we talk? I left her on read. The house is quiet now. No drama, no eggshells. I started dating Sarah, a 29-year-old teacher who owns her condo, pays her own bills, and isn't auditioning for a sugar daddy. When I told her the whole saga, she nailed it. She wanted to keep you as Plan B while she shopped around. When Plan A never showed up, she ran back to the safety net. Only the net was gone. Exactly. Linda loves to say, I didn't fight for the marriage. Wrong. I fought every single day by staying loyal, working hard, building something real. She surrendered the second someone told her there might be a better deal elsewhere. Turns out there wasn't. By the time she realized it, I'd already believed her the first time she showed me she was willing to walk away. Lesson of a lifetime. When someone shows you they're ready to leave, believe them. Open the door, wish them luck, and let them discover exactly how green the grass really is on the other side.
The story ends here, but our journey doesn't have to. If you want to join me for the next tale, please subscribe and ring that bell. Your support means everything. Thanks for watching.